Hello there and welcome to The Nest. This is Kate and I'm very happy to have you with me. This is my first little creative session today, so I'm overjoyed to be down here with you. I hope you've got a cuppa or something nice with you, whether you're stitching along or just watching or traveling, as I know some of you do. In front of me I have it's like a wild garden, so I'll take you through my thought process. I've got my stitchy travel pouch here with some things in it. I've been making some pin cushions over here. This is my and I just have to tell you, this is the swan with the beak. It's becoming quite a funny ongoing joke, these swans, but this is the swan with the beak. And when I was making the pin cushions, I found that this was the pouch I was going to make with my country trip Oppy, with a and it's the swan without a beak. But since I've been thinking about this and delighted to come back to this piece of work, which I haven't done anything on probably, I probably have worked on it since you last saw it, but I do love this. And I remembered that I'm going away again in a couple of weeks. I'm so blessed to be going to Melbourne to a Fleur Woods course, my first ever. And I thought, well, let's take the bits and pieces from my country trip to the big city. So I'm going to turn this piece into a Husswif, and also inspired by Missy from Missy Made This. And you know, I can see a number of you subbies are going over. Please go over and stay. She's fantastic. And Missy was saying that she likes a zippered compartment in her needlebooks and in her Husswifs. And you know me, I've set out to share with you a couple of times already about putting a zipper in, but they haven't sat easily with my work. I don't think I'm a natural at zippers yet, but my mum is, and she does them by machine. So she's given me so many of her little pouches with zips. And so with this one, I've just cut the bottom off. And so I'm going to upcycle a handmade, oh, well, it's not a handmade, but my mum's little pouch. And I'm going to put it in, I just better check. Yeah, I'm going to put it in here and have it, hang on, I never know which way to unzip. It's got even her little wristlet tie. So I thought that could poke out the side, but I'm going to work on this and then I'm going to crochet it in because I don't want to cover up these fabrics underneath. So how does that sound? I don't know how to describe this project, but let's start first of all with, she's lined it with beautiful pale pink like satin. Look at that hot pink. She is a groover. Even before I knew about my groovy friends and their neons, my mum was choosing nice hot pink things. I sort of want it not to be too neat, although it doesn't matter because it will be covered over. So how are you all today? I've heard from a couple of my subbies who are in Florida and they're safe, so I'm so delighted to hear that. Friday afternoon here in Australia. It's been warm today, but now it's humid, so I think we just have to accept what the weather does every day. I don't look ahead anymore now. So I'm just going to, I want to just be, what's the word? This stitch doesn't matter because it's going to be covered over. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. So I could have done this in advance, but I just wanted to chat along with you. And a few people have been asking about my rings and my shirt sleeves, so I have to. So I'm covered in jewelry today because I discovered that I had bought some of these very, very cheap rings in an Oppy shop and I hadn't shared them. So I'm just going to start wearing them. They do not cost a fortune, but a little bit of eye candy. I have always loved jewelry, but I actually don't get expensive jewelry because I get bored. And so my husband, yeah, we just have that understanding that I don't need expensive things because I like to change them around all the time. So as I said, I hope you have a project alongside you because this is nothing earth-shaking here. Just getting this together and not really caring because I'm going to do a big stitch over the top and then crochet it onto the Husswif. I also feel good. I've made a trip to an Oppy today and dropped off some things. And they weren't fabric thing like this sort of stuff, but it's just sort of nice to know that in the circular economy that what I no longer need can go to someone else. Okay, I'm at the end now. So this is funny. It's also like an aqua fabric, which I haven't used before, but as I said, my mum's a groover. And the other thing I'm going to do with this, which I might do now, is I want to embellish it with some pieces. I bought that, I think I showed you that from Orange, and I thought that could go as the dangle or something on the Husswif. Again, I feel it in your hands and I just love it. Just a bit of the upside down sari braid there as well. Okay, I want some little treasures to go on here. I have bought a rose down too, but that's too big. Could go on the outside. I thought I had a little collection. Who would know? Oh, that's what I've got. I did find this little pouch. I think I shared that as well with you. I got in Orange, and I'm thinking it's not easy though to open, but that's probably quite good. I'm thinking that was one of my ideas. If I put that on the front of this zipper, then maybe I can have my little travel snips there and then my cottons in here. Then I just need a pin cushion, which maybe, well, this is a cupcake, of course, but something along that idea. I found this that I've used before. So we've got all sorts of ideas. So if I keep that in mind, which I do really like the thought of, is there something else that I could decorate this with first? This was a Oppy trip. I also took a bit of time today and I looked at some of my books for inspiration, and I love my flower books, and I looked at my insect book, and I have got the best idea for my journal of stitchery. So I'm running late with summer in terms of bugs and creatures, but I've got something that has inspired me, so it won't be straight away, but that was fun. And that all started because my husband was staying with his brother and my sister-in-law. Well, he's been away this week, and she's an amazing cook, amazing. And I said, honey, I'm just not doing a lot of that at the moment. He said, well, you're being creative. All we need is to find some, we're coming into summer, we need to find some really good salads. So that's where I sat down to go through recipe books, and instead I found myself, well, I did look, but then I was very much into, look at these beautiful books that inspire embroidery. Okay, so there's a little thing there. I haven't got my buttons down because I think that's what I'm going to do. Put one of my buttons on there, then that will go on there, and then this will be on here. How's that for layer upon layer? Those colours probably look crazy to you, but they actually go quite okay in the big scheme of things. So that's that little project for a minute. And because it's here, who knows where we go? This is my pincushion. And I've got a few more pieces with me that I thought we might have a play with. So remembering that this is the top because it's going to go around like this. In fact, I might make it so it can roll like this. There's no really right way or wrong way. It's just the seam is along there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry. I'm going to make it all shine. So this is a bit of Rachel's fabric here. Oops, what's happened? Perfect. Have I cut anything today? Because if I haven't, I'm sure I put my scissors down. Anyway, let's go for him here. So there's just stitch along with me, really. Because so look at texture-wise, I'll just, I worked on my slow stitch quilt last night, and it was just flower upon flower. So now I'm just obsessing. Okay, I'm going to put this crochet one over the top of that one, and then we'll need to embellish that because it's a bit red. I've got some hot pink because I haven't used that for a while. So much fun hearing about what everyone's making. Like, a lot of you are just so creative, and it's just lovely to hear. Looks like I could still stab myself with that pin, so we'll be wary of that. So now I'm going everywhere with this crochet because you can't really see the stitches and it just feels nice under the fingers. Okay. Oh, I realised now I hadn't pinned any of those down. Oh, well, that's handy because now I can make it work a bit better, because I actually think there's too much red there. I've got this yellow, which is beautiful. I've put some of this along. Oh, goodness me, how many times can you get wrapped up? There we go. It's going to be too long, but I sort of like that's going that way. Do we want the brown this way? Growing out? No. And I think we might actually just trim that bit of vine there. Okay. Now I'm feeling better. How many layers we've got? Blanket, and then cotton, crochet, and now a little daisy. Bit of Indian sari. I've ordered some more sari through Etsy, I have to say, because have I shared this with you before? I'm feeling that our embroideries are running out. Oh my gosh, that was a really big stitch. So let's turn it, I didn't realize that, let's turn it into a flower. See, my mind jumps everywhere, and I made a big boo-boo, mainly because I didn't pin. So yeah, and it was funny again, I was showing my husband, and he said, well, Kate, remember that quilt I bought you years and years and years ago and that we used as a wall hanging in our house? And I went, oh, that's right. So I have this beautiful Indian quilt that's patchwork, and so it's just these funny things that now I've got a little bit more time to think about it. I realise I've been collecting beautiful textiles and fabrics. I bought that one here. I haven't been to India, but I bought that here in our local Highland shop, but I've had it for probably 30 years. We haven't been married that long. I don't know. Oops. My first little I'm covering all of that up now, which is a bit of a shame. Might leave it hanging for a little. Oh, actually, what I'll do is I'll just trim it a little bit first before we make a decision about that. Might even go, who knows? I have to tell you, I've started making 3D things on my in the garden quilt. I've just gone a little, not crazy, but I'm just loving that I'm to the point where I can make the flowers, some flowers come out rather than be flat. So I think by the next time you see this pin cushion, it will be finished. or ready to be filled. I was asked what I stuff them with. This one is walnut shell, and I'm going to look around. I don't think we can get that locally. And also with traveling with a bit of weight in it, I might just do my usual filling. Okay, we're around the edges now, and let's do a few big stitches, big wonkies, so it becomes a visible join. And if I'd had enough, I would have done a flower here, but I haven't, so I'll just go down. Oh, I know I have to come back and make some flowers, so we'll do that. Fix up that big mistake, which was really a giant stitch. Okay, so we have to do something over here, and let's use this yellow. Oh, that's not long enough. Because this one shines nicely. Okay, let's actually make a flower. I'll just pin that down there a little bit further. Pull it through, and let's go right over the top of the crochet, and then over those two layers. Oh my goodness, I'm getting myself in a excited tangle. I was asked about strips and vessels, and I have to say this way of doing most of the embroidery first is really an appealing way for me at the moment. Because you get to feel all the layers in your hands. Okay, now there we go. Who can see that giant stitch now? Okay, over on the yellow, let's do a gigantic sort of over these petals, some giant lazy daisy. That's a good way of holding it down too. It's a really nice yarn, this one. And, oops, pin's in the way again. We can live without that now. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that petal's gone back in together, and I'll come back up actually, and let's do a French knot to make that stay together. Oops. Have I got room? 1, 2, 3, just. Oh, went on the outside, and now I'll just do a stitch, and I'll come back later and put some more French dots over the top. Oh, did you hear that? Sorry, French. French knots, not French dots. See, I'm getting very happy now. Very happy. Okay. So much so, then I'm not even going to look at how long the video is, because I want to come over here and start thinking with you. I have my little zipper there, zippered pouch. It's going to fold up trifold. So there. It's going to have this one sticking out. So I have those lovely memories. Roses out of proportion, put that to rest. Maybe one of these, but maybe oh yes, maybe inside. But I'm thinking about pin cushion, everyone. That's where I've gone to. So I've got my scissors and cotton in here, and let's have a play. I mean, obviously this is way too big. But could I use a piece of blanket up here somewhere? So you know what I mean? Get everything out. And I just want to carry my needles. I don't need a needle. Oh, no, I'm not going to make a needle book because that would cover too much. Maybe I can use one of these designs. I've got more of this blanket, and I'd like I want some orange or yellow actually. And I bought this at Gunning, so there we are. I have, it's still in keeping. I wonder. Can you guess what I'm thinking? Oh, I hit you in my excitement. Could I somehow, without covering that up, oh, that's still out, that's good. There's the green. Let's trim our bouquet a little bit. So we don't lose anything except that fruit there that was underneath it. Yep. And if actually that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stitch that down and put stuffing in it. I don't need the blanket as such, but I could make a little blanket needle holder. Okay, so that's going to turn into my pin cushion, and there'll be a little, I don't want to cut that big piece, so I'm going to calm down. say that's probably enough of what, oh, that's beautiful. I remember that's going to go onto this piece. Yeah, beautiful rose. And again, I'll trim that down. But so much fun in the nest, everyone. And I'm here because you're inspiring me. So until next time, gosh, I've got everything here. Everything's out. I won't even try and tidy because I want to keep on going. So for now, until next time, I'll see you soon. Keep well, take care, and keep smiling. This is Kate in the Nest. Bye.